The dark history of Frankenstein's monster is a complex intertwining of literary legacy, cultural lore, and societal reflection. At its core, Frankenstein's monster, created by Mary Shelley, in her 1818 novel Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus, embodies the ethical and existential dilemmas surrounding the pursuit of scientific knowledge and power. This concept explores the consequences of unchecked ambition and the responsibilities that come with creation, making it a potent symbol for humanity's perennial struggle with technological and moral boundaries. The significance of Frankenstein's monster lies in its enduring relevance as a cautionary tale about the darker sides of human ambition and innovation. It challenges us to consider the potential dangers of our relentless pursuit of progress, warning against playing God without considering the moral implications. This theme resonates across many real-world scenarios, such as the ethical questions surrounding genetic engineering and artificial intelligence, where the boundaries of scientific capability must be balanced with ethical considerations. Frankenstein's monster serves as a metaphor for the unintended consequences of such endeavors, urging a careful and measured approach. For instance, the debate over cloning technologies often invokes Frankenstein as a cautionary allegory. The creation of life in a lab raises profound ethical questions, echoing Victor Frankenstein's hubris and subsequent regret. Similarly, the rapid development of AI technologies highlights concerns about creating entities that could surpass human control or understanding. These examples illustrate how Frankenstein's narrative serves as a timeless reflection on the moral and ethical dimensions of technological advancement. Opinions supporting the significance of Frankenstein's dark history often emphasize its role as a moral compass. Shelley's novel is praised for its foresight in addressing issues that resonate even more today, reminding us of the importance of humility and foresight in scientific exploration. However, challenges to this interpretation argue that the narrative unfairly biases innovation, stoking fear, rather than encouraging responsible exploration. Critics suggest that the story's dark tones can hinder constructive engagement with new technologies. Moreover, the dark history of Frankenstein's monster influences other aspects of the main topic by enriching the broader Gothic and horror genres, which delve into humanity's fears and fascinations with the unknown. It connects deeply with themes of isolation, societal rejection, and the quest for identity, as the creature's tragic existence mirrors the existential questions that arise when humanity confronts the unknown. Thus, Frankenstein's monster remains a pivotal figure in exploring the delicate balance between knowledge and ethical responsibility, its dark history continuing to provoke thoughtful discourse across generations. The origins and creation of the Frankenstein monster in literature is a foundational concept that traces back to Mary Shelley's 1818 novel, Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus. This narrative introduces the ambitious scientist Victor Frankenstein, who, in his quest to transcend natural boundaries, animates a being composed of deceased human parts. The monster, often mistaken for its creator's name, symbolizes the unpredictable consequences of unchecked scientific ambition and human hubris. Shelley's novel serves as a cautionary tale about the ethical dilemmas and responsibilities accompanying scientific advancement. The significance of this origin story in relation to the dark history and lore of the Frankenstein monster is profound. It reflects the anxieties of the early 19th century regarding scientific exploration and the potential to disrupt natural order. The creation of the monster raises questions about the role of the creator, the nature of humanity, and the moral implications of playing God, themes that continue to resonate in modern discussions about genetic engineering and artificial intelligence. One specific example illustrating this point is the ongoing debate around cloning and genetic modification. These contemporary issues echo the novel's central conflict, the pursuit of knowledge versus ethical responsibility. Another example is the development of artificial intelligence, where the fear of creating something that could surpass human control mirrors Frankenstein's plight with his own creation. Opinions supporting the novel's themes argue that it effectively critiques the Enlightenment's emphasis on reason and progress at the expense of ethical considerations. Critics appreciate its foresight in anticipating the moral complexities that accompany scientific breakthroughs. However, the story's concept is not without controversy. Some interpret the monster as a victim of societal neglect rather than a mere consequence of Frankenstein's ambition, suggesting a more nuanced examination of social alienation and identity. Others critique the novel for reinforcing the fear of scientific progress, potentially stifling innovation by emphasizing its dangers. This exploration of the monster's origins influences other aspects of the lore by establishing a template for the tragic, misunderstood outsider, a motif prevalent in horror literature and media. It connects to broader themes such as the conflict between creator and creation and the societal implications of scientific discovery, enriching the tapestry of dark history surrounding the Frankenstein mythos. Through its intricate blend of cautionary narrative and complex ethical queries, the origin story of the Frankenstein monster remains a pivotal element in the discourse on technology's impact on humanity. In Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the narrative is rich with symbolism and themes that delve deep into the human psyche and the ethical boundaries of scientific exploration. The story is not merely a Gothic tale of horror, but a complex exploration of creation, ambition, isolation, and the quest for knowledge. Symbolism in Frankenstein often highlights the consequences of man's hubris and the inevitable suffering that arises from crossing natural boundaries. For instance, Victor Frankenstein's creation of the monster is a poignant symbol of mankind's overreaching ambition and the blurring of moral and ethical lines in the pursuit of scientific advancement. This reflects the Enlightenment period's fascination with human intellect and the potential dangers of unchecked scientific endeavors. The significance of these themes in Frankenstein is profound, as they offer a cautionary tale about the responsibilities that accompany creation and innovation. Shelley's narrative invites readers to ponder the ethical implications of scientific discovery and the loneliness and alienation that come from godlike creation. These themes are particularly relevant today in debates surrounding artificial intelligence and genetic engineering, where the possibility of playing God poses significant moral questions. Two real-world examples that illustrate these themes include the rapid development of artificial intelligence, which mirrors Victor's ambition and lack of foresight. AI's potential to surpass human control raises concerns similar to those in Shelley's narrative about creating life without considering long-term consequences. Another example is the ethical discussions around genetic modification technologies like CRISPR, where the ability to alter life at a fundamental level echoes Frankenstein's transgressive act of creation. Many critics and scholars have praised Shelley's foresight and the enduring relevance of these themes, emphasizing the novel as a cornerstone in discussions about scientific ethics. However, some may argue that the novel's portrayal of science stifles innovation by fostering fear of technological advancement. Critics of this viewpoint suggest that the real lesson lies in the need for responsible science, not in hindering progress. The symbolism and themes of Frankenstein are deeply interconnected with other aspects of the story, such as the monster's identity crisis and Victor's moral downfall. These connections enrich the narrative, illustrating how hubris leads to isolation and destruction, and inviting contemplation on the human condition. By exploring these themes, Frankenstein continues to act as a mirror, reflecting humanity's triumphs and follies, urging careful consideration of the power we wield over creation. The concept of cultural impact and adaptations through history refers to the ways in which the story of Frankenstein's monster has permeated various facets of culture and been adapted across different mediums since its creation. This element is significant to understanding the broader topic of the dark history and lore surrounding the Frankenstein monster, because it illustrates how this narrative has transcended its origins to become a cultural touchstone, influencing and reflecting societal anxieties and curiosities about technology, ethics, and the nature of humanity. One prominent example of the cultural impact of Frankenstein is its numerous film adaptations, the most iconic being the 1931 Universal Pictures film starring Boris Karloff. This adaptation not only cemented the visual archetype of the monster with its square head and bolts, but also underscored themes of scientific hubris and societal rejection that continue to resonate through various reinterpretations. Another significant adaptation is the 1994 film Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which attempts to remain faithful to the original novel while exploring deeper moral and philosophical dilemmas, reflecting a shift in audiences' expectations for more complex narratives. Supporters of the idea that Frankenstein has had a considerable cultural impact often argue that it serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked scientific experimentation. This narrative has made Frankenstein a symbol in debates about bioethics, including discussions surrounding cloning and artificial intelligence, highlighting its role as a moral parable for contemporary technological advancements. However, challenges exist in adapting Frankenstein's monster to new contexts while maintaining the core themes. Some critics argue that many adaptations oversimplify the novel's complex themes or focus solely on horror elements, neglecting its deeper philosophical questions. Additionally, the Frankenstein story has sometimes been critiqued for its portrayal of the monster as an other, raising questions about the narrative's implications on perceptions of difference and disability. The cultural impact and adaptations of Frankenstein connect to other aspects of its dark history and lore by demonstrating how the story continually evolves, reflecting society's changing fears and ideals. This ongoing adaptation speaks to the timelessness of Mary Shelley's themes and ensures that the Frankenstein mythos remains a potent and relevant part of the cultural conversation, influencing literature, art, and science fiction. Through these varied cultural lenses, Frankenstein's monster remains an enduring symbol of humanity's struggle with creation, responsibility, and the quest for understanding in an ever-changing world.